Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Mushroom Dungeon. So today we're going to talk about fruiting our mushrooms. And specifically I'm going to show you a whole new way to do it. A really nice, simple, automated system I just came up with here recently. Definitely different from our automated humidity chamber you see here. So I have a video on my channel a little while ago with links and everything. I show you this complete build, how I made this nice automated humidity chamber. It uses this visible mist humidifier here and a Inkbird humidity sensor to maintain a nice humid environment. We got a little fan for some air exchange. Really clean, simple, easy to clean tabletop setup that grows some beautiful mushrooms. As you can see, I have some broad blues in here now. So when it comes to giving our mushrooms a nice environment to fruit, we really have two options. You can maintain constant humidity, which is what this chamber does, or you can mist. So you can't mix the two. You can't maintain a humid environment and mist your mushrooms. You're just inviting contamination. Your mushrooms are just going to be wet all the time. You're going to get bacterial contaminants, bacterial aborts on your mushrooms. It's just not good to mix the two. But if you want to grow just in ambient air, even in really low humidity conditions like I have in my basement here now, we're in the middle of winter, so I'm around 40% humidity, you can simply directly mist your mushrooms if they are in open air. The problem is you need to mist them very frequently. And I don't know about you guys, like if you can sit there and just squirt, mist your mushrooms all day, good for you. I can't. I got places to go, stuff to do, so I need an automated system. So behind me on the other table, I have a automated misting system that I just developed. I have some blocks going with it, and it's working out really good. So let's go take a look. So here it is, introducing our new fully automated misting table setup. You can see it's growing some beautiful mushrooms. Another bright blue block right here. This one has been on the table since the rip. It's growing some really nice mushrooms. No aborts or anything. Everything's looking really happy. Those should be ready to pick in a day or two. This one I just put on a day or so ago. This is the Harbor Blue strain from North Spore. Another beautiful blue oyster strain. So this is the brains of the operation. This is the Monsoon Solo 2 automated misting system. This is available at pet stores. I picked it up locally here for about 175 bucks. You may be able to get it a little cheaper online, but it is intended for misting reptile enclosures, but also works great for automatically misting our mushrooms. So it has a little fill port up here on top. I am using distilled water because this has a really fine misting nozzle and I don't want it to get clogged with any hard water deposits. So I am filling this with distilled water, but I'm finding I only have to fill it like every 3 or 4 days, where with my other chamber with the visible mist, I have to fill that every day. So that's a perk. But we have a cycle timer here. Basically, this is how often it's going to come on and mist. I have it set to 1, so it's kicking on every hour. And over here is the duration of the misting in seconds. So I have it on 12 seconds right now. Obviously, you can adjust those two settings based on what your ambient humidity is. Like I said, right now, I'm really low down here, around 40%. So from that main unit, you have 4 or 5 feet of hose. Then you have this cool little articulating misting nozzle. And you can swivel it this way, articulate it up, down, till you get the right angle. It's kind of pointing up, you can see, so it's spraying mist up, and then that mist is falling back onto the table. So this pan is about, I would say, 3 feet by 3 feet, and it seems to be about the perfect size to catch any overspray. But I did play with this angle a little bit until I got it right. It's pretty easy to do. And then all I did is drill a little hole in the side of my pan, use a zip tie to attach it and hold it in place. The pan I'm using, this is also available at most pet stores. It's just called a droppings pan or a kennel pan. Pretty inexpensive. It's nice, rugged plastic, so you don't have to worry about it cracking when you drill. And it comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes. And that's just catching any excess water, you know, it's going to build up under your blocks and keeping it off the floor. And then I have these pieces of vented drop ceiling tile. Again, you can get sheets of this at any big box store, wherever they sell the drop ceiling tiles. And you can cut this up, and I use it all the time. Always finding different applications for it in mushroom growing. What I wanted to do is I wanted to keep the blocks up off the base of the pan a little bit. Didn't want to create like a stagnant, moist area. So that's allowing a little airflow under my blocks. So I'm probably going to be picking these brought blues in a day or so. The one thing I'm noticing too, because I have brought blues on the table and brought blues in the automated humidity chamber, that these in open air that are getting misted are maturing about a day faster compared to the humidity chamber with the visible mist. So that's kind of interesting. So I would probably say this is the easiest way I figured out to grow really nice quality mushrooms at home. You know, if you're somebody that doesn't feel comfortable tackling a little more complicated project like the visible mist automated humidity chamber I have over there, this is a super simple setup. Like, you're talking $200, set it up in under an hour, and you're up and running. I set up the time-lapse camera on these two blocks just so you guys could watch them finish out. The brought blue is on the left and the harbor blue is on the right. The brought blue finished out first, so I went ahead and picked them off. Harbor blue took another couple days. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the camera as close to the mushrooms as I wanted to because I had to keep it out of the mist zone. But at least you guys can see that time-lapse footage, even if it's at a little bit of a distance. The first flush with our first two blocks turned out pretty good. I got 3 new blocks on the table now, 3 different strains. Still just going with the same settings here, going with the 1 hour interval, kicking on for 12 seconds, and everything's looking really good. So right here I have the Harbor Blue oyster from North Spore. I have some pins on top. I think I'm gonna have to cut another hole and turn them loose because they're just not giving up. So we'll turn them loose, see how they do. Really nice strain there. This is BS26 from Mossy Creek Mushrooms. Beautiful, beautiful color. These look like Concord grapes to me. Looking really nice. And then over here we have our old standby Bratislavian blue. Just a hint of blue tone in those, mostly gray. Not the blue color like you see on the Harbors and the BS26s, but everything's looking really good. We're just gonna keep the interval the same, and we'll see how these 3 blocks turn out. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here with some more sexy mushroom footage. So I figured this was gonna work. I didn't think it was gonna work this good. Like, I absolutely love this thing. I'm not saying it's gonna completely replace my automated fruiting chamber, but it grows beautiful mushrooms, and it's just so much easier to maintain and clean. Like, literally all you have to do is pick your mushrooms off, take the pan, you can spray it out with the hose real quick, rinse your racks off, and you're going again. There's no shelves to take apart, no plastic covering that grows mold, gets all covered in spores. Everything's super easy to maintain. I actually found a longer pan. It's like the same width, but it's twice as long. So that's twice the capacity. You can see I have 5 blocks on here now. It's doing really well with that. I could probably do 6, but I would say that's max for this. So if I extend this, I should be able to do 12. I picked up this nozzle extension kit. Comes with a splitter, extra hose, and a second nozzle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split off our main hose here, get the splitter on there, and then I'll be able to run a hose to either side of the new pan. So I'll be able to cover the whole thing. So that'll probably be the next video. I'll put this nozzle kit together and have 2 nozzles on that larger pan, and we'll see how that works out. We'll try some different species with it as well. But oysters are very needy in terms of fresh air exchange and moisture, so they're a good test for this, and they are obviously loving it. So if you got something out of the video, you found this useful, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps out, always appreciate that. And as always, hit me up in comments, let me know what you think, and I will catch you next video.